Been wanting to get something for the Skyline to prevent the Skyline from going to shit. And what I mean by that is to prevent fires or etc, whatever, you know, because you never know with these cars. And I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but you just never know. With that being said, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I got for the Skyline. Hope you guys like the video and enjoy. Hit that like button if you do. Let me know what you guys think about the whole setup, but let's get started. So here I have the Hallguard HG100C, and this is actually the chrome plated option. They have the black and the red. This is for the Skyline R32. Let me go ahead and unpackage this, but before I do, this is a clean agent fire extinguisher. It has Halotron, and this is rated for B and C fires, which is mainly liquid fires and electrical fires. And that is why I chose this. It's also rechargeable, but where you recharge this, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm gonna have to do some research on that, but I'll be sure to let you guys know as soon as I find out. This isn't the only thing I got. I'll show you guys in a bit. And I actually saw this set up on another YouTube channel. I'll put the name of his YouTube channel right here. Shout out to you for helping me choose the fire extinguisher, the right fire extinguisher for me, and the mount that I got for it. So huge shout out to you. Good stuff. So what we have here is the fire extinguisher. I went with the chrome option. Like I said, they have the red and black option as well. And it comes with this mount, but we will not be using this right here. Go ahead and open this up for you. So it's actually really small. In person, on camera, it looks a little bit bigger, but you guys can see it's kind of tiny. It's constructed really well. It feels like really sturdy. I don't know, this thing looks amazing. I got this just in case the vehicle ever catches fire, which I highly doubt, but just in case, this would be a good insurance to try to save the car and the car parts that I have on there, because they are kind of pricey. So the more I can save, the better. So even if I didn't save it, then oh well, at least I tried, you know. It's for safety measures. The price was a little up there, but it's worth it if you're trying to save your car, if it ever catches fire, that is. But it's a good safety measure. And this fire extinguisher right here I got from Summit Racing, I believe. You could also get it from Hallguard themselves, but I ended up going through Summit Racing for this one. Okay, now let me show you guys the mount. All right, so this one I got from Overrev. Let me show you guys. This I got from Overrev, and that is the part number right there. This thing is sick. You guys gotta see this thing, man. So of course I opened it like always. So this one right here is for a 1.5 inch bar, and I believe my harness bar is 1.5 inch or maybe 1.75 inch harness bar. You would have to check with your local, not your local, but you would have to check with the retailer or the person you bought the bar from. So in my case, I got my harness bar from Cypher Auto, so I asked them what was the dimensions or the diameter of the bar, see if it would fit this hole right here, and it did. It's 1.5. I tested it out a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit loose, but still works for me, you know. I could have gotten a little bit bigger, but I didn't want to go too big and then it didn't fit at all. So I ended up going with the 1.5 inch, and it fits pretty good. I'm really happy with the fitment. So Overrev, this thing is solid. Like, when you see it in pictures, you think it's like janky or whatever, but this thing is really solid. So let me show you guys how it works. You pull this, fire extinguisher goes attached to this, and you pull this out. Obviously the fire extinguisher is going to be attached to this, so this won't move like it just did. And it has these grooves in here for the clamps to go into, of course. The only thing about this kit that I thought was necessary, or in some cases is necessary, is these strips right here. This is a single-sided tape strip with foam, and what I'm gonna end up doing is putting it on the fire extinguisher, so that way when I tighten this up, it doesn't scratch the metal. Also, I'm gonna put a piece down here and then a piece underneath here for the harness bar. That way it does not scratch the paint. I'm pretty sure it won't, but just in case, I want to take the precautionary measures in order for that not to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt the fire extinguisher to this, put these strips on so it won't get scratched, and then we're gonna go ahead and bolt it onto the harness bar. And this thing right here was kind of pricey as well, I can't lie, but I say it's totally worth it, especially if you like the design. I say it's worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this up and be right back. let me show you guys what I have so far. So here's the bottom mount for this section right here. So this goes like this. And what I did, I put the foam strips in there and in there, so that way it protects the bar. And I also put the foam strips under here. I don't know if you guys could see them, on both sides and on the bottom of it as well. So now this thing is secure. This is what you'll see right here from the front side. I need to show you guys right now when I put it on, but basically what you do is you just pull and fire extinguisher comes right out of it. So now to get the fire extinguisher onto the harness bar itself, here I'm trying to measure with my hands just to make sure it's even, but I just pulled out the measuring tape because it's a lot more accurate, of course. And just to get it nice and centered and even and looking good, the bottom mount, I did have a bunch of gap due to the foam padding, and so it was kind of hard to get the bolts in there at first, but I managed to get them on. And at the end of the day, it only had like a millimeter or two of gap when it was all said and done and tight. So it closed up really good, and that's all that matters. It holds up really well, and I'm really happy with that. So here I'm just tightening everything up. It has 6 L-key bolts, so you're gonna need an L-key, of course, to tighten them up, or a little L-key set. The fire extinguisher is now on, and man, this thing looks so so now let's go ahead and do a pull test and see how hard it actually is to pull this thing out. Yeah, it does require a little bit of force. It's kind of hard to pull, but once you get the hang of it, it comes off pretty easy, and you'll know exactly how much force you need to pull it out. It's kind of scary at first because it's a new product and you don't really want to mess it up or scratch it or anything, but once you get the hang of it and you pull it in, and pull it out and push it back in, you'll get the hang of it and it'll become that much easier. And what I do when I push it back in, I press down on the fire extinguisher. That way it goes in a lot easier and a lot smoother. And this fire extinguisher does have a little bit of play, and that's due to the top mount, I guess you could say. So I might have to put a piece of the foam right in here, in this area right here, that way it cancels out the rattling. But first I'm going to test out the car, drive it around, and see if I even hear the rattling. If I don't hear it, then I don't have to do anything about it, but if I do, then I'm going to have to put the piece of foam. And here I'm doing a pull test, reenacting how it would be if I had to pull the fire extinguisher out in case of a fire. But it's really kind of hard to tell because I don't have my seats on, so yeah, there's really no point in even testing it out. But I just wanted to try it out to show you guys. But yeah, man, I need to wait till I get my seats in order to try this out a little bit better for you guys and actually show you guys. Let me give you guys an outside view of the fire extinguisher. This thing looks awesome in there. Let me give you guys a little walk around. It looks so good in there, just like centered out. I just can't wait till I get the seats so I could really see how everything is gonna look, the whole interior. And I still got more work to do to the interior. I'm not completely done yet, so stay tuned for that. Keep updated with the videos. Make sure to like, subscribe, and once again, Ed Range, peace.